Along the offensive axis towards Sumy, precision air operations were once again executed to weaken the enemy's defensive structure. Russian strike drone units deployed geran 2 loitering munitions to destroy a concentration point of Ukrainian forces located at a temporary deployment site near Buran in the Sumy region. Prior aerial reconnaissance had confirmed the presence of personnel activity and logistical movement in the area, marking it as a strategic target with the potential to serve as a combat coordination hub. Four Geran 2 drones were launched in rapid succession, each carrying a devastating payload capable of tearing through fortifications in an instant. Detonation after detonation struck the heart of the position, destroying facilities and crippling the enemy's ability to hold this sector. In the forested areas of Sumy, fighting intensified as Ukraine pushed additional troops toward the front line. In this challenging terrain, clashes were inevitable. Russian forces deployed snipers to target enemy movements, neutralizing threats from long range. These sniper strikes deprived Ukrainian forces of key elements in the field, slowing their advance and disrupting combat coordination. Meanwhile, aerial reconnaissance teams kept constant watch from above, tracking every attempt by the enemy to infiltrate through concealed forest paths. With precise coordination, Russian forces deployed aerial reconnaissance units, FPV drones, artillery, and ground troops to clear enemy positions. Reconnaissance identified concentrations of Ukrainian troops at multiple points, including logistical movements and armored vehicles. FPV drones streaked toward their marks, striking with pinpoint accuracy and sowing panic among the enemy ranks. These attacks were immediately followed by artillery fire that destroyed defensive positions. Ukrainian attempts to send reinforcements and supplies were intercepted and destroyed before reaching their destination. Even a T-72 tank attempting to hide in the forest was hunted down and completely disabled. The climax of the operation came when Russian rocket artillery targeted concentrations of Ukrainian infantry and an ammunition depot deep within the Sumy forest. Supported by UAV reconnaissance that continuously tracked and adjusted fire, Grad rockets rained down in relentless salvos, obliterating equipment and troops hidden beneath the dense canopy. A chain of explosions rocked the area, leaving the Ukrainian defensive line in ruins. This strike not only shattered their strength in the area, but also reinforced the buffer zone along the border, securing Russian control over the strategically vital Sumy sector. On the Kherson front, intelligence operations by the Russian 18th Combined Arms Army exposed a deceptive enemy tactic, disguising themselves as civilians to avoid detection. They occupied residential houses to covertly establish mortar positions, while using unmarked civilian vehicles to move UAV operators. Aerial reconnaissance clearly recorded mortar operations, with several rounds fired toward Russian defensive positions along the riverbank, while their drones maintained continuous surveillance and coordinated strikes. The first step was to cut off the enemy's eyes in the sky and disrupt their information flow. The UAV operator's position was pinpointed inside a building within a residential area. A precision strike was launched, destroying the control point and crippling their ability to direct drones and coordinate strikes. With aerial surveillance eliminated, the enemy lost situational awareness and their detection advantage on the battlefield. Attention then shifted to the previously identified mortar position. The weapon had been left at its initial location and covered with camouflage netting, while part of the crew entered a building, likely to plan further attacks. Russian forces quickly deployed a kamikaze drone toward the mortar, but the first strike missed. The enemy scrambled to move the mortar inside the building for protection, an action that made it easier to fix their coordinates. A follow-up strike was immediately launched, destroying the target and ending the threat for good. With the UAV and mortar threats neutralized, the focus of the operation shifted to another danger detected along the right bank of the Dnipro River. Careful aerial reconnaissance identified an enemy observation post from optical glints and personnel rotation at a site previously reported to host an electronic warfare station. Acting on this intelligence, Russian artillery ordered a 2A-65 howitzer unit to move into a pre-designated firing position. With precise ballistic calculations, 5 artillery shells were fired in rapid succession, each striking the concealed target inside an abandoned house. Blast after blast tore through the structure, destroying the observation post and severing the enemy's ability to coordinate operations in the sector. These consecutive operations across both the Sunumi and Kherson fronts demonstrate the relentless precision and adaptability of Russian forces. From devastating Geran 2 drone strikes and coordinated sniper, FPV, and artillery assaults in the dense Sunumi forest to the neutralization of UAV operators, mortar teams, and observation posts along the Dnipro, every mission systematically dismantled the enemy's combat capabilities. This seamless integration of reconnaissance, long-range firepower, and rapid strike execution continues to erode Ukrainian defenses, tighten control over key sectors, and solidify dominance on the front lines. As always, thank you for watching and exploring the extraordinary stories from the world of military operations, strategic maneuvers, and cutting-edge technology. We hope this deep dive has offered valuable insight into the evolving nature of modern warfare and the technologies shaping its future.